Hello Flickering Myth family and welcome to our channel. My name is EJ and let's talk about a new slasher movie. Yes, there is a brand new Scream movie hitting the theaters and we need to talk about Scream 6. I've said this once, I'll say it again. It's nearly impossible to make a bad Scream movie. You can make a less than great Scream movie, you can make an even meh Scream movie, but they're never going to be bad. Scream 6 is still the same thing. It is a good film. I actually like this more than I thought I would, but there is some flaws to it. As any Scream sequel has, they cannot capture the beauty of the first film. It was just lightning in the bottle. We can make good sequels. Again, I like the Scream franchise. This is honestly the best slasher franchise that there is, but it's just hard to see these sequels try to reinvent the wheel or try to do new things, but still staying true to its own self. Thankfully, Scream 6 says, look, we're out of Woodsboro, we're out of trying to just be respectful to the franchise, and now we want to make a damn fun movie. But at the same time, this feels like it loves the Scream movies. There's a reference to Sarah Michelle Gellar's Cece Cooper, the sorority that she was in Scream 2, a small throwaway line, but this is a movie that it has research, it has passion, it has an idea, a plot, it's trying to do something. I was really happy to see that Radio Silence, knew what the hell that they were gonna do. They had a full-on vision for this Scream movie, honestly more than I thought they had for the last movie. Scream 5's okay, I do enjoy it, it has a fun killer reveal, it has a solid second act, which Scream movies' second act, they can be a bit of a drag at times, but it lacked a wow opening. Actually, none of the Scream movies have had a great opening since the intro. Scream 6 changed that up, my favorite intro since the beginning. Wow, this was a fun, a thrilling, a complex, a layered intro, and that's kind of the whole movie. This movie is a bit more involved than I thought it was. It was going to have more of a callback to Scream 5, but again, every Scream is respected here. If you love Scream 3, they have stuff for you. If you're a Scream 4 fan, there's a lot there for you. I don't know, I'm just really impressed with this. I'm really glad to have watched it. It's bigger, bolder, and bloodier, and that's all I wanted from a 6th Scream entry. Samantha and Tara Carpenter, the sisters we met in Scream 5, played by Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega, are back for another round, and they are co-leads this time. A smart choice, because I like both these actresses, but wow, Jenna Ortega really needed this starring role, this really impactful character, this fun ride that we went on with Tara's character. She needed this, the movie needed it. It was a great thing, but I really liked the Samantha Carpenter story. She is, spoiler alerts for the last movie, not for this movie. There will be no spoilers for Scream 6, but spoilers for the recent Scream movies. She's Billy Loomis's daughter, which adds a fun layer to the series, a new twist, a new avenue to take it, and I like what they did here. I like that after the events of the 5th film, Samantha is in a bit of a tricky spot. There's some internet conspiracy that say maybe she was really the killer all along. I love that this movie called out those trashy Reddit and YouTube people who make gossip and conspiracy theories about real life people in crazy situations. Y'all are toxic just as much as this movie called out the toxic fandom people in the last movie. I don't like those conspiracy theory people, though the drama channels. I like that this movie has a bit of something to say. But yeah, this is where Samantha is. She's trying to move on with her life, but no one will allow it. And Tara, she's trying to forget the last thing. She says a good quote in this: I don't want 3 days last year to define my whole life. But that's not, Sydney's talked about this a lot. Once you are in a Scream movie, your life will never be normal again. You'll either not make it out of the movie or a forever legacy character in the slashing vibes. Because Gail, she's back in this. There's a lot of returning characters. We also have Mindy and Chad, the twins we met in Scream 5. They're part of the core 4 along with Tara and Samantha. And I like these 4 characters. I like following their journey. I like that they're each very traumatized of what happened, but in different ways, and trying to move on and trying to have their lives. I liked following these characters more than I thought. Without Sydney in this movie, Neve Campbell does not make an appearance. That was already kind of confirmed before this movie even happened, because sadly she had issues with the pay. It's a tricky scenario, but I'm happy to say that this movie did survive without Sydney. This movie did not need the legacy characters. There's references to legacy characters, Gale's in the film, and all that. I like that that's definitely there. We have the return of Kirby. Hayden Panettiere eats this movie up. Oh my god, I won't say much. She's so fun. I loved Kirby in this. But yeah, I like that this showed the 4 characters that we met are really strong, really good, and I want to follow them on their journey. This is a Ghostface who has a lot of feelings, who's more aggressive, who's more brutal, and just knows that there's something to do. This movie's also about family, and that's not trying to spoil too much, but a hint at some of the twists and turns, but also talking about our core 4, our family that we meet. This movie has a really good theme throughout it. I was happy to see that it has a beginning, middle, and end. It showed me what it wanted to do. It took me on a journey. Sure, the killer reveal, it's there. It's not my favorite in the franchise, but it's definitely not the worst. It's not Roman. Oh, at least I got to finish my movie. Shut up, Roman. Oh my god, I hate Scream 3's killer. Oh my god, I like Scream 3, hate the killer. But yeah, I like where this took me. This was a journey I liked following. Again, the core 4 that was there. But man, Jenna Ortega outshines everyone. I know we're on a kick with her from X to Wednesday, blah, blah, blah. But man, the hype is real about this woman. She is a powerhouse, truly steals the movie. Samantha Carpenter, Melissa Barrera is like the true, soul of this film. But man, oh my god, Tara is probably my new favorite Scream character after Sydney. While the movie did not completely use its New York setting in a way I would have loved, sure, I'm cheesy, I would have loved to see Ghostface chasing them like down the stairs of the Empire State Building. I don't know, but I wanted a iconic New York setting in this. That's one of the few things I'm missing, but the positives definitely outweigh any negatives I have. I think this movie is incredibly funny. I laughed throughout. A Scream movie should be funny. It's also very bloody and gory, so you have that very balance in its tone. This movie is so graphic. I will warn you, if you like your Scream movies a bit less bloody than your traditional slasher, Screams aren't really a completely gore fest. This definitely ups the body count, it ups the gore in a fun way, but again, the humor's there to balance it. I like the setting, I like the plot, I like a lot of the stuff here. But again, this movie loves being a Scream movie. We always talk about the stab movies, and that's always like a vehicle, but this movie really talks about, in a meta way, the legacy of the killers, what it means to be a killer in the Scream movies, what it does to killers' families. We have the Billy Loomis attachment. There's a lot of really fun stuff that this movie discusses. It's a fulfilling journey. If I'm going to look at the whole Scream franchise, I'm going to do a proper ranking for this in a bit, but I would say this is one of the upper ends for me. I think it understood its mission. It lived in its own world. It wasn't reliant on the nostalgia. It wasn't reliant on any gimmicks or things. The New York stuff, not really a gimmick. It's just a setting. Scream 2 had a different setting. Scream 3 does as well. So it's not always about Woodsboro. Yeah, I don't know. I like a lot of this. I think I'm going to rank this pretty high when I end up doing my ranking. This feels like it loves Scream. It feels like it respects Scream. Radio Silence definitely, they've carried it on. I love Wes Craven. He's one of my favorite filmmakers, but I'm happy to see this group, this collective, Radio Silence, understand Scream and gave me a really solid Scream movie. Scream 6 is in the bag. I have all of my feelings out here for you. What did you think of my review? What do you think of Scream 6? Do not spoil this movie in the comments. I will do a spoiler review at one point. I want to talk about this. I want to rank this movie. I love Scream so much, and I'm happy to say Scream 6 was enjoyable. Bigger, bloodier, and bolder. It has to be one of the craziest Scream movies we've gotten yet. What do you guys think? Share your feelings down in the comments below. Subscribe to Flickering Myth and give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Alright, let's talk about Scream down below.